I used to smear smelly mud on my girlfriend's feet every night. Then I would sprinkle half a kilo of flour on them and pretend to fall asleep immediately. And every night at exactly 2 a.m. she would wake up, pluck one of my hairs, and quietly leave the house. One day I decided to follow her footprints. I thought I would finally discover her true identity, but on the way, I suddenly saw a huge truck about to hit a little girl. Without thinking, I jumped forward and saved her. However, in the process, I was hit so hard that I was thrown 10 meters away. My breathing became unstable, and my heartbeat was about to stop when suddenly, an icy robotic voice echoed in my mind. Ding! Shenhao System successfully bound. In an instant, 100 trillion funds were deposited into my account through black art. Along with that, I obtained the golden eye skill, which allowed me to see the true value of anything and read anyone's heart. And on top of that, there was the power of the Grandmaster level skill. My eyes suddenly opened. My entire body was filled with a kind of power I had never felt before. I could even clearly hear the sound of a Maybach coming from 5 kilometers away. Within 2 minutes, that black Maybach stopped right in front of me. A very beautiful woman wearing black stockings stepped out of the car and ran frantically toward the crowd. Duo, where are you? The little girl I had saved ran into her arms, crying. Once she was sure that Duo was safe, she looked at me with tearful eyes. Sir, thank you for saving Duo. I am Su Wenqing from the Su Group. Tell me what you want. Even if it costs all my wealth, I don't care. My golden eyes instantly revealed her details in front of me. 25 years old, Su Wenqing, general manager of Su Group, with a net worth of over 800 billion. Before today, this would have been the biggest jackpot for changing my fate in this city. But now, even my 100 billion felt like a small amount compared to the Su family. I just looked at her calmly and said, "No need," and disappeared into the rainy night. Su Wenqing kept staring as I left and immediately ordered her assistant, "I want all his details within 3 minutes. He saved my life. I won't let him just disappear." After returning home, I looked at the 2 pictures on the wall. The memory playback of my golden eyes activated, and my mind was blown. The truth behind my parents' death was revealed. No one else but my evil stepmother Wang Fei Fan was responsible, and that deceitful Chen Lu. Every night, she secretly went out to meet a rich man's son. Very good. A sinister smile appeared on my face. First, I'll deal with that Wang Fei. Then I'll show Chen Lu and her rich lover their place so badly that they won't even be fit to deliver orders. They'll end up begging on the streets. The next morning, I went straight to the Ling family's mansion. As soon as I entered, I heard things breaking and Wang Fen screaming in anger. "Don't break it. I'll get Ling Chen to sign the paper soon. Then this mansion will be mine and I'll return your money." A loud slap suddenly silenced her cries. I pushed the door open. The once arrogant Wang Fen was now kneeling on the ground, with a red handprint on her cheek. In front of her sat Brother Hu, an underground loan shark from Zheng City, with 4 men behind him holding steel pipes. I calmly walked into the center of the hall. Seeing me being ignored made Brother Hu furious. He raised his hand to slap me. "So you're that useless eldest son, huh?" I suddenly turned and glared at him. My golden eyes revealed all his stats. Combat power 65. A superstitious, strange illness. And every night at exactly 12 o'clock, unbearable heart pain. Without moving, I said in a cold voice, "If your hand touches my face, you won't even be able to pick up chopsticks in this life. And that heart pain of yours starts exactly at 12 every night, doesn't it?" Brother Hu's hand froze in midair. Even his own mans didn't know this secret. His voice began to tremble. Can you see the future?" I didn't respond to him at all, and instead walked straight to a broken shelf to take out my mother's wooden box. Seeing Brother Hu scared, Wang Quan shouted, "Brother Hu, this is the main problem. Make him sign the papers. Then this house will be yours." Brother Hu's fear disappeared. He signaled his men. "Grab him. If he doesn't sign, cut off one of his fingers." 4 men rushed toward me, swinging steel pipes. I glanced at them and took a deep breath. "Are you really forcing me to use violence?" Before I even finished speaking, I spun and delivered a powerful sidekick. The man in front was hit like a truck, flew 5 meters away, slammed into the wall, and passed out. A deathly silence filled the hall. The remaining 3 men froze on the spot and swallowed nervously in fear. I calmly wiped the dust off my mother's box and turned to look at the stunned Wang Fen. "You wanted this house and the Ling family's property, right? Fine. Today I'll give it to you." I looked at Brother Hu, smiled, and took out my black card. "Did you bring a swipe machine? Swipe the 5 million. Think your transaction successful." A crazy joy flashed in Wang Fen's eyes. She thought I was a fool for paying off her debt. She immediately shouted arrogantly, "Ling Chen, looks like you finally understood. Now that you've paid, we're even. Get out. This house is mine now." But in the very next second, I showed her hell. "Who said I paid your debt?" I stared at her and said, "I bought your debt. Now you owe me." Her smile froze instantly. Brother Hu immediately understood the situation and switched sides. He glared at Wang Fen and said, "Boss Wang, now Ling Xiao is your creditor. Tell me, young Master Ling, what should I do? Should I start collecting interest?" Brother Hu had realized that siding with me was the smarter choice. I picked up the wooden box, walked to the door, and gave Wang Fen my final warning. "I'm giving you 2 options. First, leave this house right now. You won't take even a single piece of clothing with you. Second, return the money within 3 days. Even 1 second late, I'll call the police for fraud and embezzlement. Then I looked at Brother Hu. If she doesn't pay on time and you don't force her, I'll use camera footage to file a case of intentional injury against you. Both of you will rot in jail for life. As soon as I stepped out of the mansion, I could hear Wang Fen crying and the men smashing things inside. Standing under the sunlight, I felt a deep sense of satisfaction. But the very next second, ding, the system assigned a new task. Spend 100 million within 2 hours. Failure will result in a random physical function being blocked, possibly permanently. Seeing this ridiculous penalty, my face darkened. System, you're really ruthless. Well, spending money is the easiest thing in the world. I immediately took a taxi and went to the top-class SKP mall in Zheng. As soon as I got out of the car, a red Ferrari stopped loudly right in front of me. The window rolled down, and sitting inside was my ex-girlfriend, Chen Lu. She took off her sunglasses and looked at me in a very insulting way. She stared at me. Oh, isn't this Ling Chen? I heard that after being kicked out of his house, he started doing food delivery. How did he even get here? The guards here don't allow beggars like you inside. As soon as the Ling family went bankrupt, Chen Lu had kicked me aside and immediately got into a rich man's car. Instead of getting angry on seeing her, I burst out laughing. Well, this is great. I needed an audience to spend money for my task. And now that's taken care of too. Yes, I've come to beg, I replied with a smile. But today, I'm not here to beg for food. I'm here to beg for this entire mall. Just then, the car door opened, and a man wearing a Versace shirt stepped out. Scanning me from head to toe with his small eyes, he started mocking me. Lulu, so this is your delivery boy ex-boyfriend? He looks decent, but the poor guy is broke. Even the air conditioning in this mall is charged by the minute. Can you even afford 10 minutes of AC air with 1 delivery's pay? Laughing crazily, Chen Lu held his arm. Ling Chen, meet him. This is my new husband, Zheng Jiang. His family runs a building materials business, and his net worth is in the crores. She deliberately emphasized the word crores. She expected to see pain, anger, and inferiority in my eyes, but her plan failed. I stood there completely calm. My gaze was as indifferent as if I were looking at 2 balloons floating in the air. Move aside, I said in a normal tone and stepped forward. Seeing my attitude, Zheng Jiang's ego was hurt. He stepped forward to block my path and reached out to grab my shoulder. Just as his hand was about to touch me, a golden glow flashed in my eyes. All his secrets were instantly revealed to me. Target, Zheng Jiang. Identity, I'm a fake rich man. Flashy on the outside, empty on the inside. Current gear. Versace shirt. A fake Richard Mille watch with a cheap internal mechanism, but an original strap. Financial status. Credit card limits already maxed out. Repaying debts with more debt. Rented a Ferrari just to trap Chen Lu, and hasn't even paid the rent yet. Seeing all this, my smile became even more dangerous. I walked up to him and spoke in a slightly lowered voice, just enough for the people around us to hear. What a pity. The lines on an original Richard Mille watch are completely random, but your watch design looks way too neat and clean. And in a real watch, the date changes instantly. It's 1:59 right now. Let's wait and see if your watch can change the date exactly at 2 claws. Zheng Jiang's face suddenly turned pale. The watch really was a cheap fake, bought only to trap a gold digger like Chen Lu, but he had never imagined that a delivery boy would expose it in a single glance. You're talking nonsense. My watch is completely original. You don't know anything. Out of fear, he hid his hand. Panicking, he grabbed Chen Lu and said, Lulu, don't listen to this crazy guy. Let's go inside. I'll buy you a Hermes bag. Saying that, he hurried into the mall. Coincidentally, I needed to go inside anyway to buy something. All right, let's go together, I said calmly, putting my hands in my pockets as I followed them. This is SKP Mall. If you can even buy a pair of socks here, I'll stand right here and eat them. Zheng Jiang stopped and shouted mockingly. Remember what I said. Passing through the revolving door, I entered the mall. On the ground floor of SKP Mall were the world's top luxury brands. Cool air conditioning and the scent of expensive perfumes filled the air. Welcome to Patek Philippe, the greeting girl at the entrance said. But the moment her eyes fell on Zheng Jiang and Chen Lu, they lit up and her smile widened. Sir, ma'am, welcome. To take revenge for his humiliation, Zheng Jiang deliberately raised his voice and said, Bring out your most expensive watch. I want to buy it for my girlfriend. His words carried a clear taunt directed at me. So, delivery boy, you came inside just to enjoy the cold AC air, huh? Be careful, if you accidentally bump into any glass counter, you won't be able to repay it even if you sell yourself. All the showroom salespeople immediately gathered around Zheng Jiang, while I stood alone to the side. Only one new intern girl with a trainee badge on her chest hesitantly brought me a glass of water. Hello, sir, how can I help you? Even if you just want to look around, that's fine. Her eyes were clear and sincere. She didn't judge me based on my clothes. I'm not here to look around, I replied calmly after taking a sip of water. Did you all hear that? He says he's not here to look. I already told you, he just came in to enjoy the AC. Where is security? Why do you even allow people like him inside? Chen Lu mocked loudly. An older, arrogant saleswoman came up to me and scolded me rudely. Sir, if you're not here to buy anything, please don't waste our time. There's a seating area in the corner. Ignoring her completely, I turned toward the new intern girl. With a slight smile, I pointed at the Sky Moon watch placed in the center of the showroom and the entire tray of Nautilus watches beside it. This Sky Moon and that entire tray, I want all of them. The entire showroom fell into a deathly silence. Lulu, did you hear that? Zheng Jiang burst out laughing like a madman. He says he wants all of it. That's at least over 2 crore. Tell me honestly, have you gone crazy doing deliveries? Sir, please don't joke. This is Patek Philippe, not a vegetable market. If you say anything more like this, I'll call security. The senior saleswoman snapped angrily, her face dark with rage. She thought I was just there to create a scene. Sir, that Sky Moon 6102 costs 2.8 million, and you need to be on a VIP waiting list with a background check to even purchase it, the intern girl said nervously, trying to explain. Background check? I put my hand into the pocket of my cheap jeans, took out a black card, and calmly placed it on the glass counter. Go ahead, swipe it. The password is 688. If the payment fails, I'll chew up this entire glass counter. My voice was completely calm, but it carried a pressure that no one could ignore. The intern girl picked up the card with trembling hands and looked toward the store manager for help. The store manager was an experienced man who had seen a lot in life. For the past few moments, he had been quietly observing me. The moment his eyes fell on the black card, they widened in shock. That's a legendary Centurion Infinite Black Gold card. No, the material looks even higher class than a black gold card. This is the Supreme Dragon card, owned by only 10 people in the world. The manager's voice trembled badly, almost cracking from fear. Wait, bring the POS machine here, I'll swipe it myself. Very good acting. Keep up the drama, Zheng Jiang continued mocking. He probably picked up some cheap VIP card from a random hair salon and is trying to fool you all. The payment went through successfully, and the long receipt that came out of the POS machine felt like a final judgment from above. When the manager saw the long line of zeros printed on the bill, his head started spinning. His legs trembled, and he was almost about to fall to his knees in front of me. Respected sir, the payment of 28.5 million has been successfully completed. We will pack all these watches for you right away. Sir, would you like us to deliver them to your home? The manager held the black card with both hands, bowed deeply, and spoke with complete humility. No need. I casually picked up the Sky Moon watch worth 2.8 million and wore it on my wrist. Pack the rest into a shopping bag. I'll carry them myself. A shopping bag? The manager's mind almost froze. Watches worth crores. And I wanted them packed into an ordinary shopping bag? Zheng Jiang and Chen Lu looked as if their souls had left their bodies. How is this possible? The Ling family had gone bankrupt, right? He was thrown out of his house. Right in front of them, I had just spent crores without even blinking. Zheng Jiang felt as if someone had slapped him hard across the face. His face burned like fire. Just moments ago, he was showing off his fake status, and I had casually bought real luxury watches worth crores as if I were buying vegetables, and even asked to carry them like trash in a plastic bag. Chen Lu stood there wide-eyed. She stared at the shining Sky Moon watch on my wrist, feeling deep regret inside. It felt like she was crying tears of blood. Her mind burned with regret. If only she hadn't mocked me earlier. Ling Chen? Her voice trembled. She forced a sweet smile onto her face, quickly let go of Zheng Jiang's hand, and walked toward me. So you were testing me, right? Honestly, I never forgot you, not even for a moment. This Zheng Jiang was just chasing me. I don't love him at all. I didn't even look at her. Only one word came out of my mouth. Move! Then I picked up the shopping bag full of watches worth crores as if it were a bag of trash. Someone here was talking about eating socks, right? My gaze locked onto Zheng Jiang, whose face had turned pale with fear. He immediately stepped back, his back hitting the glass counter. What are you trying to do? Huh? My father is very powerful. I have no interest in your father, I said, and turned to leave. While walking, I stopped right next to the arrogant senior saleswoman. The moment I stopped, her soul seemed to tremble. This bill, I pointed toward the new intern girl, the entire commission from this sale will go into her account. And you, next time I come to this showroom, I shouldn't see your face here. The manager immediately understood. Yes, sir, I'll fire her right away. Then he turned to the intern. Xiaolu, quickly, thanks, sir. With the commission from just this one sale, you can easily buy a new flat in Zheng City. After walking out of the Patek Philippe showroom, I checked my system dashboard. 28.5 million had already been spent. 17.5 million remained, and only 1 hour 20 minutes was left. I went straight into the Armani flagship store next door. I want all the new season clothes on this floor, bring 3 pieces of every item. And bring the limited edition crocodile leather bags from Gucci next door. I'll use them to carry my clothes. Pack 100 full sets of La Mer skincare. I'll give them to my delivery brothers to wash their hands with. One after another, I was practically sweeping through every luxury store. I didn't even look at the prices once. Only 2 words kept coming out of my mouth. Swipe it, pack it. The mall's general manager himself was following me with 20 security guards, whose only job was to carry my shopping bags. Zheng Jiang and Chen Lu followed behind me like two stunned clowns. Where did he get so much money? Chen Lu's nails dug into her palms in anger. Her eyes had turned red. This must be illegal money. I'll report him to the police. Zheng Jiang gritted his teeth. Suddenly, an announcement echoed through the mall speakers. Attention please, dear customers. Today, SKP Mall will close half an hour early. One of our VIP guests has fully booked the Sky Garden restaurant on the top floor and has invited the famous piano master Mr. Lang for a live performance. The entire mall was in an uproar. I stood near the escalator on the second floor, a slight smile on my lips. This was also part of the system's consumption task. Just for this service, I had casually spent another 5 million. I checked the system dashboard. The task was fully completed. Current spent amount 100.5 million. The system announced that the first luxury achievement had been unlocked. As a reward, I received a 10x cashback. 1 billion was deposited into my account. At the same time, the ownership papers for 51% of SKP Mall shares had officially become valid. My attractiveness and fitness had also increased. I paused for a moment. SKP now belonged to me. As soon as the mall's general manager received a call, his face turned pale. He rushed toward me and dropped to his knees. Boss, please forgive me. I didn't know you were here personally. I am Wang Dehai, the general manager of SKP. Sir, you have officially acquired 51% shares of our company. From now on, this place will operate according to your orders. Seeing him kneeling like that, everyone around was completely shocked. Zheng Jiang was so scared that he collapsed onto the ground. I looked at Wang Dehai, who was kneeling, and nodded slightly. Get up. If I really am the boss here, then let me give my first order. I pointed my finger toward Zheng Jiang and Chen Lu, who were sitting a short distance away. These two have ruined my shopping mood. Throw them out, and from today onward, they are banned from entering any mall under the SKP brand. And yes, that fake watch in his hand is bothering me. Take it off. Wang Dehai immediately stood up. Security, grab them! 20 security guards pounced on them like wolves. No, Ling Chen, you can't do this to me. I'm your Lulu, the one you loved the most. Chen Lu screamed as the guards dragged her away. Let me go, my father won't spare you, Zheng Jiang shouted. The next second, he was slammed to the ground. The fake watch was forcibly taken off his hand, and one of the guards crushed it under his shoe. Their screams slowly faded away. I stood at the top of the escalator looking down at my empire. My phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hello? Am I speaking to Ling Chen? This is Su Wenqing. A tired yet graceful voice came from the other side. I just found out that you bought SKP Mall. I'm currently sitting in an office below SKP. Our company has some business relations I'd like to discuss with you. Can you meet me? Su Wenqing. I raised my eyebrows. So she had been here all along. Yeah, sure, I'm feeling hungry anyway, but I'm not in the mood for coffee. I feel like having malatang. So, Miss Su, would you like to join me? There was a 3-second silence on the call. All right, if you're willing to meet, I'll eat whatever you choose. I hung up the phone, a smile appearing on my face. Looks like things are about to get even more interesting. Night in Jiangshang City was completely dark. The noise from Hengxing Street in the old city was cutting through that darkness. A VIP-numbered Rolls-Royce Phantom stopped there, looking completely out of place, like a king visiting a poor neighborhood. It slowly crossed the dirty, garbage-filled road and stopped in front of a small malatang shop. The car door opened and Su Wenqing stepped out. I was sitting on a cheap red plastic chair by the roadside, splitting apart disposable chopsticks in my hands. Right beside me were expensive shopping bags from SKP Mall, lying on the ground like trash. What's wrong, Ms. Su? Does the place look a bit dirty? I said. I blew some dust off the chair in front of me and said, sit. The beef meatballs here are the most famous in all of Jiangshang. Su Wenqing took a deep breath, carefully held her dress, and sat down in front of me, her back perfectly straight. Mr. Lin, you really are a strange person, she said, looking at me as if trying to figure me out. I thought someone who could buy SKP Mall would insist on eating at a 5-star restaurant. Money exists so people can be free, not so it can make them its slave, I replied, sliding the menu toward her. Go ahead, order. And remember, you're paying today. Don't feel embarrassed ordering cheap food. She looked at the menu, which had prices like $3 to $6, and felt confused. She had already investigated me. Her report said that just 20 hours ago, this same guy was delivering food in the rain for ours too, and now he sat in front of her with an aura she couldn't even understand. You can order whatever you like, she said, pushing the menu back and looking straight into my eyes. Mr. Lin, let's talk business. First, you saved Duo's life, and second, you took over SKP Mall. I raised a finger to my lips. No business talk while eating. Auntie, bring 2 big bowls, extra spicy, and add plenty of vinegar. Coming, son, the shop owner replied. Wow, Xiao Chen, you brought your girlfriend today. She's very pretty. The plump auntie came with 2 big bowls. She looks a bit thin. Feed her well. Today's meal is on me. Su Wenking's face turned red instantly. She waved her hands quickly. No, I'm just his bank manager who came to collect a debt. I laughed and finished her sentence for her, adding more vinegar to her bowl. Try it. The real soul of this spicy dish is the vinegar. This joke eased her business tension. Hesitantly, she picked up a piece of cabbage with her chopsticks and took a bite. Spicy, hot, and sour. The flavors hit her so hard that she started coughing, and her eyes watered. Eat slowly, no one's chasing you, I said, handing her a tissue. For a moment, the cold, strict CEO facade around her broke, and her ordinary human side showed. Lin Chen, she said softly. Thank you. Not just for saving Duo, but also for SKP Mall. She explained that SKP Mall had been holding back her company's advertising contracts for a long time. If he hadn't taken over the mall today, the Su Group's product launch next month might have failed. Meanwhile, I casually continued chewing my beef meatballs. While I was chewing, I suddenly activated my golden eyes ability. My vision passed straight through Su Wenking's face, and red-colored details began appearing above her head. Target, Su Wenking. Identity, President of Su Group. Current status, extreme depression on the verge of collapse, core crises, severe financial shortage. Rival company Tiansheng Capital has set a trap, leaving her with a debt of 800 million. Betrayal inside the company. The head designer, Li Hao, has been bought off and is planning to leak all company secrets tomorrow. Family pressure. She has signed a betting contract with family board members. If the company doesn't make a profit this quarter, she will be removed as CEO and forced to marry the son of Tiansheng Capital. Time left, 12 hours. My chewing suddenly stopped. This is really bad. How does she even look like a CEO? She looks like someone everyone is ready to tear apart. I said, Ms. Su, don't take this the wrong way, but I think your biggest problem isn't the SKP Mall event. From what I can tell, your company probably doesn't even have enough money right now to pay advance rent. The chopsticks in Su Wenking's hand started shaking violently. A meatball slipped back into the bowl, splashing red soup onto her hand, but she didn't even notice. Her eyes widened in shock as she stared at me. How do you know all this? I looked straight into her eyes and said calmly, I'm not some business spy. Your company's situation is top secret. Only you and your finance director know about it, not even your vice president. But I'm not your enemy. I'm the friend who's here to save you. I picked up a tissue and gently held her hand, wiping off the oil drops that had fallen on it. Her fingers were slightly warm, and when my hand touched her cold skin, she flinched slightly, but didn't pull away. My eyes sharpened. It's not just that you've run out of money. I also know that your situation is this bad because someone inside your company has betrayed you. Hearing this, Su Wenking's face turned completely pale. At that exact moment, her phone started ringing frantically. On the screen, the name Design Director Li Hao was flashing. I signaled her to take the call. She answered, Director Li, the bidding papers for tomorrow are ready, right? From the other side came a panicked, almost fake-crying voice. Ms. Su, something terrible has happened. Our servers were just attacked by hackers. All the original designs and data of the OSS project have been completely destroyed. Even the backup hard drive is damaged. What? Su Wenking jumped to her feet so suddenly that the cheap plastic chair behind her flipped over. How is that possible? Our firewall is one of the best in the world, and the backup drive was in your personal locker. How could it possibly be damaged? I don't understand anything, ma'am, came the reply. The bidding is tomorrow at 9 a.m., and now it's impossible to redo everything. Tiansheng Capital must have already prepared their plan. We're completely finished. The phone slipped from Su Wenking's hand and fell to the ground. She was completely shattered. She tried to sit down again, but the chair had already fallen over. Just as she was about to collapse onto the dirty ground, I caught her with one hand and calmly picked up her phone with the other. Instead of hanging up, I spoke to the traitor Li Hao. Your acting was excellent. You deserve an Oscar. There was silence on the other end. Who are you? Where is Mrs. Su? Who I am doesn't matter, I said with a cold laugh. What matters is that you should start praying that the 20 million you got from Tiansheng Capital is enough to buy yourself a good wheelchair. I cut the call and tossed the phone onto the table. Su Wenking was trembling against my chest. Her eyes were empty. Everything is over. That was our last chance. Without the designs, we'll be sued tomorrow, and I'll have to pay 300 million in damages. The Su family will tear me apart. At this moment, she no longer looked like a powerful CEO, just a helpless, lonely woman. Why are you so scared? My voice rang out clearly and firmly in the noisy market. I made her stand straight, held her shoulders, and said, if the designs are gone, we'll remake them. If the money is gone, we'll earn it again. As long as a person is alive, the game isn't over. But where do we have time? Tears filled her eyes. Only 10 hours are left. That design took 30 designers working day and night for 3 months. Who said we don't have time? I picked up my shopping bags, and a mischievous glint appeared in my eyes. Let's go. Where? She asked blankly. To your company. A confident, almost arrogant smile formed on my lips. If Li Hao says the data is gone, then tonight I'll show him what a real miracle looks like. And yes, tonight we'll also play a game, finding the traitors. Half an hour later, we arrived at the Su Group office. The entire building was lit up, and chaos had broken out in the design department. Designers were staring at their black computer screens in despair, some even crying. Li Hao stood in the middle, pretending to give orders to the technical team, but his eyes kept drifting to his watch, and a victorious smile was hidden on his face. As soon as we entered, everyone shouted, "Ms. Su is here." Li Hao immediately put on a fake, sorrowful expression and stepped forward. "Ms. Su, please forgive me. I tried my best, but..." She walked in with full confidence and presence. Even though her eyes were slightly red, her aura was now even more intimidating than before, and right beside her stood me, with shopping bags worth billions in one hand, and a half-eaten box of malatang in the other. "Who is this?" Li Hao was startled when he saw me. "I'm a delivery boy," I said casually. I slammed the malatang box onto the table and walked straight up to him. My gaze pierced right through him, making him visibly nervous. "Brought an outsider in at a time like this," he tried to question. I stood in front of him and laughed. "Director Lee, your acting is getting a bit too exaggerated." I pointed toward the dead computers. "You're saying hackers attacked and stole all the data?" "Yes, and the technical team is trying to fix it," Li Hao said, barely holding himself together. "Really?" I walked straight to the main server computer, and my hands started flying across the keyboard at lightning speed. I activated my god-level hacking skills and entered the local network. The code running on the screen was so fast that even the technical head standing nearby got dizzy. "What speed is this? He's writing a reverse tracking program." In less than a minute, I hit enter. The black screen suddenly lit up, but instead of designs, a chat message appeared. "Boss, the job is done, the data has been deleted, and Su Wanking is completely finished." Silence fell across the entire office. All the designers turned their eyes toward Li Hao like sharp blades. His face turned pale, almost lifeless, and he started trembling. This is all fake. This delivery boy is framing me." Su Wanking was hurt, but she acted immediately. She called security and had him thrown out, then contacted the police. The security guards, who had clearly been holding back for a long time, rushed forward, slammed Li Hao to the ground, and restrained him. "How dare you arrest me, Su Wanking?" he shouted. "Without my design team, you're finished tomorrow anyway. Let's see how you turn this around." Even while being dragged away, he kept laughing like a madman. Catching the traitor brought some satisfaction, but the designs were truly gone. A heavy silence filled the office again. The technical head spoke nervously. "Sir, since you recovered the cameras, can the designs also be restored?" "No," I said, shaking my head. "He destroyed the physical hard drive. They're gone." Everyone's heart sank. But then, I calmly sat down in the main chair at the meeting table, opened my leftover malatang box, and spoke casually. "If those trash designs are gone, then it's actually a good thing."
Going into the building with those things would just get you humiliated. What are you even saying? The assistant from the design department snapped in anger. Ignoring the furious crowd that dismissed our 3 months of hard work, my gaze shifted to Su Wanking. "Do you have a drawing pen and paper?" After pausing for a second, without thinking much, she handed over her tablet and stylus. "What are you going to do?" As I smoothly spun the pen between my fingers, at that exact moment, the system shop in my mind reopened. A notification appeared. I had to solve a god-level problem. The purchase option flashed top advertising and creative designs from the future 2035 edition. Price 10 million. What would you like to buy? I selected yes. Suddenly, my vision filled with colors, lines, and structures far ahead of this era, a shocking glimpse of the future. Lowering my head, I placed the pen on the screen. "Since you all think that was your real hard work, tonight I'll show you what real art actually is." Within the next hour, everyone standing in Sugru's design department had their minds completely shaken. The man they thought was just a delivery boy was working like a living 3D printer. My hands moved so fast that only their shadow could be seen. One after another, perfectly executed, mind-blowing concept designs appeared on the screen. The lighting, the 3D angles, the colors, it all broke every rule of modern design, yet was so beautiful it took your breath away. This is the perfect mix of cyberpunk and future fashion. The lighting, oh my god, this is divine work. The assistant who had been yelling at me earlier was now kneeling beside me, offering me water. As the final and main poster was completed, I put the pen down and pressed my wrist. On the screen was a poster titled Rebirth. It showed a mechanical rose blooming in a heap of broken trash under heavy rain. Its meaning and emotion mirrored my own life and Su Wanking's defeated state. She stared at the drawing, tears silently streaming down her face. Lin Chen turned and looked at the man who was quietly eating his now cold malatang. At that moment, every barrier in her heart had completely shattered. "No need to get emotional already," I said, swallowing a meatball as I raised my head. There was a dangerous, predatory glint in my eyes. "I'm full now. Time to reel in the net. Tomorrow morning at the bidding, I'll make TXEN Capital pay back everything with interest." I stood up and walked toward the large window overlooking Jiangkang's night skyline. Miss Su, do you have the courage to play a big game with me? She came and stood beside me. There was no fear or confusion in her eyes, only firm hope. Why not? Even if we lose, I'll go back to delivering with you. I laughed. That won't be necessary. Turning my head slightly toward her ear, I whispered softly, because the front seat of my car is only for the boss's wife. Jiangkang International Exhibition Center. Morning sunlight poured through the massive glass dome, casting a sharp, cool glow. Today marked the final stage of the largest project in Jiangkang's new district, the Future City Commercial Complex. A massive, billion-dollar project that would decide who would dominate Jiangkang's business world for the next decade. The parking lot was lined with luxury cars worth millions. Suddenly, a flashy neon green Lamborghini roared in, arrogantly cutting the line into the VIP parking area. The car door lifted upward, and a young man in a white suit stepped out, his slick hair shining. This was Zhao Yudian, the heir of Tianxian capital, and the real devil behind it all. The one who had set up a trap to completely destroy the Su group. Right behind him walked Li Hao, wearing a sycophantic, dog-like smile. He was the same former design director of the Su group who had just gotten bail from jail last night. Don't worry, boss. Su Wangkang is completely finished now. There were dark circles under Li Hao's eyes, and the swelling on his face hadn't gone down yet. But there was a strange madness in his eyes. I personally deleted all the data and completely destroyed the hard drive. Unless God himself comes down to help her, today she'll show up here with nothing but a blank sheet of paper and embarrass herself. Zhao Yudian adjusted his tie, a vile, sinister smile forming on his lips. Excellent work. Once the Su family goes bankrupt, that arrogant Su Wangkang will dance to my tune. As they were talking, a sleek Audi A6 pulled up calmly. It was Su Wangkang's car. Compared to the flashy supercars parked around, it looked ordinary, even a bit cheap. Zhao Yudian whistled and swaggered over with Li Hao, blocking the car door. Well, if it isn't our beautiful Madam Su Wangkang. The car door opened, and Su Wangkang stepped out. After a night of stress followed by newfound confidence, she looked completely transformed. She wore a sharp, perfectly fitted dark blue business suit that highlighted her tall, elegant figure. The nervousness from yesterday had vanished from her eyes, replaced by a deep, unshakable calm. Then, from the driver's seat, a young man stepped out. He wore a dark gray business casual suit, no tie, but still carried a natural, high-class, commanding presence. In his hand was a silver metal briefcase containing the mind-blowing masterpiece design. Master Zhao. Stray dogs shouldn't block the road, Su Wangkang said coldly, not even glancing at him. Zhao Yudian was momentarily speechless, his face turning dark with anger. Su Wangkang, you're standing right in front of me, and your tongue is still this sharp? I heard your design department cried themselves crazy last night. Even your servers burned out. So, are you here today to surrender directly, or to beg at my feet for me to buy your company? His hungry, filthy gaze roamed over her body as he lowered his voice. Although, if you come to my room tonight, I might increase the acquisition price by 10. Su Wangkang's eyes turned ice cold. Before she could respond, a hand suddenly waved in front of Zhao Yushin's face, as if swatting away a fly. Hey, control your bad breath. It's bothering my boss. Lin Chen stepped in front of Su Wangkang, one hand in his pocket, a playful yet sharp look in his eyes. Who the hell are you? Zhao Yudian snapped, furious, pointing a finger at Lin Chen's nose. Do you even have the status to speak here? A mere driver. Li Hao quickly added fuel to the fire. Boss Zhao, he's that delivery boy from last night, the one whose bad luck ruined our plans. Oh, the delivery boy? Zhao Yudian burst into loud laughter, rocking back and forth. Su Wangkang, have you lost your mind? You brought a delivery boy to a billion-dollar project bidding? What, are you planning to bribe the judges with Malatang? People from other companies passing by overheard and chuckled quietly, but Lin Chen didn't get angry at all. He activated his golden eyes. Target, Zhao Yudian status. Extremely overconfident Weising Kidneous Wesidum's base price bidding file hidden in inner pocket. Blue medicine bottle information has already bribed the judges panel. Main judge Professor Zheng is compromised. Secret code body exchange. All transaction details stored in his encrypted phone. A faint smile appeared on Lin Chen's lips. Buying the judges? Huh? This will be interesting. Master Zhao, is it? Lin Chen stepped forward, leaning close to Zhao Yushin's ear, speaking in a voice only he could hear. The enhancement pill you took last night. It was probably expired, wasn't it? Your forehead is already turning dark. I have a feeling you're about to bleed badly today. And listen, an old man like Professor Zhang has a very big appetite. The small bribe you gave him, that won't be enough to satisfy a wolf like him? Zhao Yushin's smile froze on his face. His eyes widened in shock. How does this guy know about the medicine? And more importantly, how does he know about Professor Zhang? Before he could process anything, Lin Chen grabbed Su Wangqing's hand and walked past Zhao Yudian like he was nothing more than trash. Heading straight for the elevator. Inside the elevator, Su Wangqing asked in surprise, "What did you say to him? Why did his face change like that?" "Nothing much," Lin Chen replied with a mysterious smile. "Just told him about his fate. You just focus on presenting your PPT. Leave the rest to me." Bidding how the atmosphere was quiet and tense. 5 judges sat on the stage, and right in the center was the bald old man Professor Zhang, the most renowned figure in the industry. Below, the audience was filled with Jiangkang's top businessmen, while media crews stood ready with their cameras. "Now, we invite Tianxiang Capital to present their proposal." With the host's announcement, Zhao Yudian walked onto the stage with Li Hao. Despite being shaken earlier, the moment he stepped on stage, his arrogant demeanor returned. Respected judges and distinguished guests, Zhao Yudian gestured confidently toward the big screen. "Our project is called City Oasis. We aim to build a floating garden that perfectly integrates nature and technology." As the PPT slides progressed, murmurs spread through the audience. Su Wangqing's expression changed. This is our old design." Her hands clenched tightly, her fingers turning pale. Exactly. While Li Hao had deleted the original files from Su Group's computers, he had secretly handed copies to Zhao Yudian. The so-called City Oasis was nothing more than a renamed version of Su Group's original design. Shameless. Su Wangqing gritted her teeth. On stage, Li Hao passionately explained, "This double helix floating corridor is our original patented design. And these glass walls that generate solar energy, this is exclusively our idea. Completely original." From the audience, Lin Chen let out a cold chuckle. He took out his phone, his fingers moving rapidly across the screen. System command: hack the hall's projector system. Connection successful. If you want to play copy-paste, let me help you do it properly. On stage, Li Hao continued proudly, "This is the result of 6 months of hard work by my team. A completely unique design in the entire world." At that exact moment, the big screen flickered and split into 2 halves. On the left, Tianxiang Capital City Oasis presentation. On the right, a 3-month-old office meeting video from Su Group. The video clearly displayed the date and time. It showed Su Group's design team discussing the exact same drawings. For a second, the entire hall fell silent. Then chaos erupted. "Isn't that Su Group's old design? Even the colors are identical. This is blatant plagiarism. A company like Tianxiang Capital doing something this low?" On stage, Li Hao's voice suddenly died, as if someone had choked him. His entire shirt was soaked in sweat as he stared at the screen in horror. What is this? Who changed the screen? Turn it off. Turn it off now." Zhao Yudian, furious and panicked, ran toward the control room. "What the hell are you doing? I'll kill you," he shouted at the IT staff. The poor technician, on the verge of tears, replied, "Boss, I didn't do anything. The computer is operating on its own. It looks like a virus." Before they could disconnect the system, blood-red words suddenly appeared on the big screen. "Message on a thief's grave: originality is dead. Because your worth is nothing more than picking up trash." The screen went black. Then everything returned to normal. Lin Chen sat calmly in his seat. As if nothing had happened, he slipped his phone back into his pocket and casually chewed on a mint candy Su Wangqing had given him. "What?" The broadcast failed. Su Wangqing stared at the screen in shock. The anger that had been building in her chest suddenly vanished. "This," Lin Chen said while chewing, "is what you call setting the stage. Now look at Professor Zhang." His face has turned green, and indeed, on the judges' panel, Professor Zhang was trembling uncontrollably. As if he were sitting on thorns, he had taken the bribe and was supposed to give the highest marks to Tianxiang Capital. But now, the proof of plagiarism had been completely exposed in front of hundreds of people. His face turned pale, cold sweat forming on his forehead. The confident image he once carried was gone, replaced by panic and fear. Because now, no matter what decision he made, all eyes were on him. If he supported Tianxiang Capital now, by tomorrow morning his reputation would be completely destroyed. Professor Zhang forced himself to gather courage and picked up the mic. "There are serious questions regarding Tianxiang Capital's project. Therefore, their evaluation is being put on hold. Next up, Su Group. Zhao Yudian got up from the stage like a defeated dog. When he passed by Lin Chen, his gaze was like that of a poisonous snake. You played this whole game, didn't you, kid? Just wait. Once you step outside this gate, if I don't lay out your corpse on the road, change my name. Lin Chen didn't even look up. Is this how you beg someone? Keep some extra tissue paper with you. You shouldn't look too bad while crying. Su Wonking took a deep breath and stood up. At this moment, the eyes of the entire hall were on her. Some people felt sympathy, some were enjoying the show, and some were suspicious. After the spectacle of theft that had just occurred, everyone was dying to see what new things the group was going to show. Su Wonking climbed the stage. She had no pen drive in her hand, nor any papers. She simply walked and stood comfortably right in the center of the stage. The light was falling on her. She looked like a queen about to wear her crown. Honored guests, Su Wonking's voice was perfectly cold and strong. Just now, you all saw a project named City Oasis. Exactly, that was the rejected trash of our Su group. But why did we turn it into trash? Because that design is very old and backward. The entire hall broke into a loud commotion. Backward. Even though that project was copied, according to the industry, it was still a top-level masterpiece. Without wasting much of your time, Su Wonking looked at Lin Chen standing below the stage. Assistant Lin, begin. Lin Chen nodded in agreement. He opened that silver metal briefcase, but he didn't take out any paper from inside. He took out a black crystal the size of a fist. This was a portable holographic projector bought from the system shop, which cost $5 million. Lin Chen placed that crystal exactly in the center of the stage. What is that thing? The judges craned their necks, trying to get a look. In the next second, a deep blue laser light shot toward the ceiling. Within a second, it spread across the entire hall, covering the whole exhibition center. The entire hall, which was filled with light, suddenly went dark, and in its place, a massive and incredibly realistic-looking virtual city rose, hanging in the air. Now, there was no PPT running, nor any normal photos. Every person sitting there felt as if they had time traveled and were standing right in the middle of a cyberpunk-style future city. Massive neon signboards were glowing above their heads. Flying tracks, built without any support, passed between buildings that touched the sky. Every single brick and every pane of glass was visible with absolute clarity. Even the facial expressions of the virtual people walking on those virtual streets could be seen clearly, and in the very center of this entire city was a building that looked like a blooming mechanical lotus flower. That building was rotating slowly. This was the Su Group's new project, Rebirth Lotus. My god, what technology is this? Not 3D without glasses, this is holographic projection. Am I dreaming? Is this some Hollywood movie? This design is mind-blowing. Compared to this, their city oasis looks like a village toilet. A frantic commotion broke out in the entire hall. The media personnel started pressing their camera buttons like crazy. The light from the flashes made the entire hall shine like broad daylight. Su Wonking stood in the middle of that large virtual lotus flower. She looked like a fairy. She extended her hand and lightly touched the screen hanging in the air. The entire building suddenly opened up and split into different sections. It showed how incredible the business and nature ecosystem inside the building was. We do not make the rules of the future, Su Wonking's voice echoed through the hall like 3D sound. We create the future. There was no question left now. This was a one-sided slaughter. This was a blow for which the opposition had no answer. Professor Zhang, who was about to find faults a little while ago, had his eyes and mouth open so wide it seemed his dentures would fall to the floor at any moment. If he dared to utter a single wrong word in the face of this magic, the crowd there would tear him apart. I give full marks. This is not a design. It is a masterpiece. This is history-altering work. Another judge jumped out of his chair with joy and started clapping loudly. Thundering applause broke out in the entire hall and showed no signs of stopping. Sitting in the audience below, Zhao Yushin's face had turned pale. There was no life left in his body, and he collapsed into his chair. He realized that whether he had billions or connections with ministers, in front of this real power, everything he had turned to trash. We won. Su Wonking was looking at the cheering crowd below. Her eyes had turned slightly red. She looked toward Lin Chen. That man was standing comfortably, leaning against the corner of the stage in the shadows. In his hand was the same 5 million crystal he was playing with. He looked at Su Wonking, winked, and said in a whisper, "Mistress, you did wonders." The bidding was completed. Su Group secured that future city project in their name with 100% majority. As soon as this news reached the market, the Su Group's stock market value, which had completely drowned, drew a straight line and hit the upper circuit. Outside the exhibition center, Su Wonking was surrounded by hundreds of media personnel and reporters. Madam Su, please tell us, did your company develop that holographic technology itself? Who is the main designer of that design project? Can you introduce us to them? Su Wonking pushed through the crowd and scanned the area. She was looking for Lin Chen, but the biggest hero was missing from the scene at that moment. In a narrow alley behind the exhibition center, I was leaning against the wall, comfortably smoking a cigarette. Right in front of me, two people were kneeling on the ground. One was the one whose face had swollen up like a monkey, Li Hao, and the other was shaking violently with fear, Zhao Yudian. Around them stood 10-12 formidable, sturdy bouncers wearing black suits and dark glasses. Their leader was the same loan shark, Brother who had come to my refuge just yesterday. Now, he had become the captain of my security team. Lin, young Master Lin, grandfather, I made a mistake. I was blind that I didn't recognize you. All of Zhao Yushin's arrogance and pride had vanished into thin air. Looking at the steel pipe as thick as a wrist in Brother Hu's hand, he had already wet his pants in fear. Please forgive me. I am the sole heir of the Zhao family. I will give you whatever money you want. I blew cigarette smoke into the air. Sitting down, I lightly patted Zhao Yushin's face with my $1,000,000 leather shoes. Money? You think I have a shortage of money? Smiling, a check came out of my pocket. I filled in some numbers and threw it straight at his face. Here, take 10 million. This is compensation for that dialogue where you insulted me by calling me a delivery boy. But yes, I'm not giving this to you. Zhao Yudian went blank. I will give compensation. I certainly don't lack money, but I really don't like it when someone owes me. A death-like coldness took over my eyes. Brother Hu, go teach the boss how to write a receipt for a loan. And yes, apply the same interest rate he gives when he loses in a Macau casino. Yes, boss, don't you worry. This business is very old to me. Brother Hu went toward him, laughing like a devil. Getting up and ignoring the screams and crying sounds coming from behind, I walked out of the alley. As soon as I came out, Su Wonking's call flashed on my phone. Lin Chen, where are you? The success party is about to start. You are the main hero. If you don't come, I won't start the party. There was a softness and a playful demand in the woman's voice that had never been seen in her before. Forget the party. I don't have a fondness for these crowded places. My eyes fixed on a large Su advertisement running on a massive CBD building. Madam Su, remember your promise. Keep the co-pilot seat saved for me. There was silence for 2 seconds on the other side of the phone. Then she suddenly spoke. Lin Chen, I don't want any front seat anymore. I want you to be the driver of this car. Drive the car for your whole life. Are you ready? This was a straightforward proposal. After pausing for a second, I burst out laughing. This ice-cold and tough CEO melted very quickly. But before I could tease her, a terrifyingly dangerous red siren started blaring in my mind from the system. Warning, it has been detected that the host has overused future technology. Due to this, the eyes of dark world organizations have fallen upon you. S-Class Crisis Alert. The world's top assassin organization, Black Mamba, has accepted the contract. Target, Lin Chen bounty. $100 million client the Zhao family. Zhao Yushin's father. Countdown. The first attack wave will arrive within 30 minutes. The smile on my lips suddenly froze like ice. The softness in my eyes vanished completely, replaced by a terrifying and piercing murderous fire. Old dog of the Zhao family. When the sun got hit, the father entered the field. Su Wonking, cancel the party. Go home right now and lock the doors and windows tight. Station all of Brother Hu's bouncers around your villa. No matter what sounds you hear from outside, do not step out, not even by mistake. What happened, Lin Chen? Don't scare me. Su Wonking's voice trembled with pure terror. Nothing. Looking up, I saw a black helicopter circling in the distant sky. Just a bit of trash has shown up. I'll have to sweep it clean. This time, I'm going to show the underground mafia and killers of this entire Yung city who their real father is. The CBD area of Yung was still filled with neon lights and noise. But in that old, abandoned factory area right behind the exhibition center, the air had frozen like glass. That black helicopter wasn't firing directly. Like a hungry vulture, it circled twice and then hovered in the air above an unfinished empty building 1,000 meters away. I stood right in the middle of that empty intersection. The cigarette pressed between my fingers was now completely burned out. Come out, my voice echoed as I flicked the remaining cigarette butt away. You carry the tag of being the world's top killers, yet you're hiding in the dark like sewer rats. A deathly silence hung all around. Suddenly swish came an incredibly fine sound of piercing air, like the angel of death breathing in your ear. If it were any ordinary human, that special armor-piercing bullet would have already blown their head to pieces before they even knew it. But I was no ordinary human. In the high-speed vision of my golden eyes, that bullet which travels at 3 times the speed of sound and leaves a trail of heat behind it looked to me like a crawling snail. I didn't even move my feet. I just tilted my head slightly, so slightly that no one would even notice the movement. Puff! The bullet grazed the tips of my hair and slammed straight into the cement pillar behind me. A hole the size of a ball formed in the brick. Is this all you're worth? I looked up, and my gaze locked onto the eyes of the sniper hidden behind a large billboard exactly 500 meters away. Black Mamba is pure trash. 500 meters away, on the roof of that unfinished building, a sniper named Poison Fang was watching all this through his night vision scope. That man dodged my bullet without moving from his spot, and now he's showing me his middle finger. The sniper's entire tactical suit was drenched in cold sweat. Captain, target number 1 has dodged the shot. Repeat, he dodged it. This is an M200 sniper rifle. How could this happen from 500 meters away? Through his earpiece came the ice-cold and stunned voice of their leader, Viper. Stop the nonsense. Team B and Team C, attack. Close combat. Don't give him a single second to breathe. Copy that. Upon receiving the order, 12 ghost-like black figures suddenly emerged from the darkness surrounding the old factory. They were wearing exoskeleton tactical armor over their entire bodies. In their hands were submachine guns with silencers and dangerous, high-frequency vibration knives. Their movements were robotically perfect. Like a pack of silent wolves, they began to surround me from all sides. I stood right in the middle of that labyrinth. There wasn't a single drop of fear on my face. Instead, there was a wicked, demonic smile thirsty for blood. System, I need to buy something from the shop, dang. It has been detected that the host is in an S-class battle environment. The system's smart recommendations are now open. 1. Absolute defense shield one-time use price 50 million. Will stop everything except a nuclear bomb. Duration 10 minutes. 2. Terminator T800 experience card price 100 million. Duration 1 hour. 3. Ancient martial arts Bajikan Grandmaster permanent. Price 200 million. 4. Telekinesis mind control beginner. Price 500 million. Looking at those rates, a terrifying and dangerous smile appeared on my lips. I choose option 3. Bajikan, 200 million funds deducted. The entire muscle memory of a Bajikan Grandmaster is being uploaded into the body. A surge of terrifying and dangerous energy coursed through my entire body. My bones began to crackle like fireworks. My previously normal-looking muscles suddenly turned rock hard. In every single muscle fiber, it felt as though the strength to shatter mountains had been infused. At that exact moment, the 2 foremost assassins reached me. Their glowing vibration knives were coming from the left and right, aimed straight for my throat and heart. You were way too slow, my cold voice echoed right by their ears. They didn't even see when I had slipped inside their guard. Bajikan Iron Mountain lean. I didn't even throw a punch. I simply lowered my shoulder slightly and slammed it hard into the chest of the assassin on the left. Bam crunch. A sound erupted that would set anyone's teeth on edge. That killer, despite wearing a Kevlar bulletproof vest and metal armor, felt as though a bullet train traveling at 300 kilometers per hour had slammed into him head-on. His entire body went flying through the air like a cannonball, crashing straight through a red brick wall by the roadside. The remaining 10 killers skidded to a halt on the pavement. There was now terrifying fear and shock in their eyes. Fire at him. Don't let him get close. Captain Viper was screaming like a madman into the earpiece. Muzzle flash erupted from multiple guns. A lethal rain of bullets poured toward me. But I had already moved. With my Bajikan power level, my speed had become like a ghost or a bolt of lightning. I navigated through the rain of bullets with ease. My golden eyes were at their full limit. The trajectory of every single bullet was clear to me in the air. For any bullet I couldn't dodge, I simply reached out. Ting! My hand moved like lightning, and I caught the death-dealing bullet right out of the air between 2 fingers. Monster. This isn't a human, he's a monster. Flicking the bullet aside, I suddenly leaped into the air. Now, it's my turn. For the next 3 minutes, there was a one-sided slaughter. I was like the angel of death. Wherever I passed, death followed. I was using the most dangerous and devastating powers of Bajikan. Throat punches, elbow strikes, uppercuts. Each move was simple and direct, yet carried the force of a detonating bomb. Their expensive exoskeleton armors were tearing like paper before me. One assassin tried to blow me up with a bazooka, but before he could pull the trigger, I shattered his entire arm with a single kick. The rocket launcher hit the ground and exploded, sending the assassin flying into the air with his own weapon. When I kicked the last remaining killer away, the entire industrial area fell silent once more. I stood in the middle of the field of death. Not a single drop of blood had touched my Armani suit. Only in my deep eyes was there a burning golden glow that had yet to subside. Looking up, my gaze shifted toward the roof of that unfinished building in the distance. There was still one big fish left. On the building's roof, Viper's hands were shaking uncontrollably. He had worked as a mercenary for 20 years. He had killed warlords in Africa and blown up oil fields in the Middle East. He had seen all kinds of dangerous people across the globe. But he had never, even in his dreams, imagined a human who could bury an entire elite armored team with his bare hands in under 3 minutes. Retreat. Run now. The information is wrong. This isn't an S-class mission. This is an S-class suicide mission. Viper screamed frantically into his earpiece while quickly dismantling his sniper rifle to escape via zip line. But just as he turned, a bone-chillingly cold voice came from right behind him. You've come so far. Are you really going to leave without even having some tea? The hair on Viper's entire body stood on end. He whipped a Desert Eagle from his thigh and spun around, firing. Bang! The shot rang out, but I wasn't there. The next second, Viper felt a terrifying chill on his wrist, followed by a poison-like pain. His right hand, still gripping the heavy Desert Eagle, was severed cleanly and fell to the ground. The cut was as smooth as glass, and right in front of him, I stood, playing with a thin, blood-stained, rusted iron strip, spinning it effortlessly in my hands. It was just a piece from a cheap cold drink I had picked up from the ground. Whether it's a leaf or a flower, if you have the power in your hands, even that can take a life. Viper gripped his severed hand and fell to his knees on the ground. His eyes were now filled only with despair and the terror of death. Don't. Please don't kill me, he pleaded. I am the head of Black Mamba's Asia region. If you kill me, Black Mamba will hunt you down all over the world. They won't let you hide in any corner. I looked at him from top to bottom as if he were an insect crawling on the ground. Threatening me, I sat down beside him and patted his cold, sweat-drenched face with that piece of metal. Do you know what I hate the most? When people try to scare me with things I don't even consider worth counting. Like money. I pulled my phone from my pocket and opened a screen. It was the dark web's God's Eye feature that had just unlocked in the system. Black Mamba Assassin Organization. Headquarters located on a public island in the Pacific Ocean. Total assets approximately $30 billion. Your main boss uses the codename Poison King, who is actually the illegitimate son of a ruined European king. I was reading out his details while looking at my phone, and with every line I spoke, Viper's face turned as white as a corpse. How do you know all this? This is top secret information. I completely ignored his question. My fingers danced rapidly across the phone screen. System purchase global top hacker at God's Hand upgraded version. Breach Black Mamba's main accounts and freeze all their funds. Furthermore, release a new bounty order for all assets. 3 seconds later, Viper's special communication device started vibrating like crazy. Not just his, but over 3,000 Black Mamba assassins spread across the world simultaneously received the highest level red alert command. Supreme bounty order target the entire Xiao family. Main targets Zhao Yudian and his father, Zhao Gang. Client codename God. Bounty amount $1 billion. Special condition, whoever brings back the head of Zhao Gang will become the new boss of Black Mamba. The present boss, Poison King, has been bought out by God for $50 billion. The organization's new name will now be Divine Punishment. Bought out. Muttering, Viper felt as if his entire world had turned upside down. He hadn't even imagined in his dreams that a human could walk up and buy an entire killer organization. Why? Don't believe it. Standing up, I dusted off my hands. If you don't believe it, check your bank account. Take it as a small meeting gift. I have just transferred $1 million to the account of every living assassin in the organization. An alert flashed on Viper's phone. A message indicating a $1 million credit into his zero balance account. Seeing this, Viper's eyes changed completely in a second. Now, there was no fear in his eyes. Instead, there was a madness and a worshipping glow, as if he were looking at a god. Boss. Ignoring the excruciating pain of his severed hand, Viper fell to his knees in the dirt and began slamming his head onto the ground repeatedly. This slave had eyes but failed to recognize you. This slave is ready to jump into fire for his boss, Zhao Gang. That old man. I will go right now and cut off his neck. My cold gaze remained fixed on him. Your hand is severed. You are of no use to me now. I don't keep trash around. Viper's face turned pale as death. But then I changed my tone. I have a medicine. Eat this. Suddenly, a black pill appeared in my hand. It was a beginner regeneration pill purchased from the system shop for 50 million. It will regrow your hand, and your strength will be 3 times greater than before. But there is poison in this medicine. Every 3 months, you will have to take the antidote from me. If you ever think of betraying me, I'll let you eat it. Without thinking for a second, Viper took the pill from my hand and swallowed it. And then, a terrifying miracle occurred. The flesh near Viper's severed wrist suddenly began to wiggle like a living worm, and before my eyes, a new hand began to grow, a miracle from God. This is a miracle from God. Overcome with joy and shock, Viper began to sob loudly. Turning around, I walked toward the edge of the roof. Clean up all the corpses here. I don't want any news of this shootout in tomorrow morning's papers. And yes, tell everyone don't kill the Zhao family in one go. I will play with them comfortably. First, freeze all their money, then eliminate all their contacts. And finally, I want those people to kneel at the door of the Su group and beg for death. Yes, boss. After tonight, the name of the Zhao family will be completely erased from this underground world. Standing on the edge of the roof, I leaped from that 30-story building. As I fell through the air, I activated the anti-gravity glider I had purchased from the system. Floating through the air like a giant black bat, I vanished into the dark night. Half an hour later, Su Wangqing's personal villa was still glowing with bright lights. In the hall, Su Wangqing sat curled up on the sofa, clutching a pillow tightly. The TV was on, but her attention wasn't there at all. Beside her, little Duo had already fallen asleep, tears still visible at the corners of her eyes. Lin Chen, please be okay, Su Wangqing prayed silently. Her hands folded. At that exact moment, the fingerprint lock on the door beeped, and the machine spoke welcome home. Like a spring, Su Wangqing jumped off the sofa. Without even putting on shoes, she ran barefoot toward the door. The door opened. I stood there, holding a box with hot steam rising from it. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was passing through the night market and saw their crawfish looked amazing, so I thought I'd bring some back, I said, shaking the plastic bag. 13 spice flavor. All the emotion inside Su Wangqing suddenly burst out. She rushed over and threw her arms around my neck, gripping my waist so tightly that her tears completely soaked my shirt. Where did you go? Do you know how scared I was? I heard the sound of that helicopter. I thought, after a second of surprise. I gently stroked her long hair. Silly, I told you just a bit of trash had gathered that needed to be swept away. Raising my head, my gaze drifted to the sky outside the window. The black clouds had cleared and a magnificent white moon was shining. From today onward, the nights of this young city would run exactly as I wished. No one in this world could harm her now. Lifting her tear-stained face, Su Wangqing looked at me. Lin Chen, who are you exactly? Leaning down, I kissed away the tears at the corners of her eyes. I am your god-level billionaire. And your knight too. At that same time, on the other side of Young City, stood the massive mansion of the Zhao family. Zhao Yushan's father and chairman of the Zhao group, Zhao Gang, sat in his study waiting for good news. Why is there no news yet? What is that useless Viper doing? In a rage, Zhao Gang crushed his cigar into the ashtray. Suddenly, someone shoved the study door open. His butler stumbled inside, his face pale with fright. Sir, it's a catastrophe. A massive disaster. Why are you screaming? Has the sky fallen? Zhao Gang yelled. The sky really has fallen, sir. With trembling hands, the butler held out a tablet. Look at this. On the dark web, a bounty has been placed on our entire family. Our company's shares just crashed by 90% in the US pre-market. And our 10 biggest shareholders just called to say they are selling everything and getting out. What nonsense are you talking about? Zhao Gang snatched the tablet. As his eyes hit the screen, his head spun, and he felt the ground slip away. A sharp pain rose in his chest, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. In the center of the dark web's main page was a huge photo of him, and underneath it, in blood-stained font, Global Hunt Against Zhao Family. Bounty, $1 billion. Who did this? Who is it? Zhao Gang screamed like a wounded wolf. At that exact moment, the study telephone rang. It was an unknown number. With shaking hands, he picked up the receiver. A voice came from the other side, distorted, yet filled with a deathly chill. "Good evening, Chairman Zhao. I heard you were looking for Black Mamba. Unfortunately, Black Mamba now belongs to Lin. Enjoy your final night because tomorrow's sun will be the last for the Zhao family." The phone cut off. The receiver slipped from Zhao Gang's hand and hit the floor. His entire body collapsed into the chair like jelly. His eyes went completely vacant. The lights outside the window, which until yesterday were a display of the Zhao family's wealth, now looked like candles leading the way to hell. The morning in Yung City was usually busy and orderly, but today, there was a strange madness and suffocation in the air. This was all because of the mysterious organization named Divine Punishment. The $1 billion bounty order from the night before had set the global underground world on fire. $1 billion, an amount that had driven killers across the planet insane. The Zhao Group headquarters, a glass tower that was a symbol of power, was now surrounded. But outside the doors, there were no media crews or protesters. There were people whose eyes were filled with death and whose wasted weapons. In the chairman's office on the top floor, Zhao Gang looked as if he had aged 10 years in a single night. He lay like trash in his expensive wooden chair, hair disheveled, red veins bulging in his eyes. He gripped a satellite phone tightly. "Hello, Minister. This is Zhao. Sir, I want nothing else. Just send a special police force to save me." "What? No signal? Hello? Hello?" Driven mad with rage, Zhao Gang hurled the satellite phone against the bulletproof glass. It left a white mark, and below it, thousands of people could be seen moving like ants on the street. At that exact moment, the heavy wooden office door was kicked open. The person entering wasn't an assassin. It was Zhao Gang's personal secretary. But today, the once obedient secretary stood there with a cold face, holding a cardboard box. "Chairman Zhao, this is your resignation letter. I have printed it. Just sign here." Throwing the papers directly in his face, the secretary spoke coldly. "By the way, let me inform you, everyone in the finance department has already resigned and left." On their way out, they divided the remaining 30 million cash in the company's account among themselves as severance pay. "How dare you rebel?" Zhao Gang began to shake with rage. "I am the chairman of this company. I am not dead yet."
Zhao Gang wanted to run after her, screaming, but at the door, two fearsome bouncers standing there stopped him. These were the bouncers whom he had kept for his own security by paying millions of dollars. "Chairman, save your energy," one bouncer said, laughing while chewing gum. "Both of us are standing here because someone has paid us even more money than you, just so that we keep an eye on you and don't let you commit suicide." "Who? Who has given it?" The bouncer did not give any answer. He just comfortably moved aside and cleared the way. From the last end of the corridor came the sound of shoes walking very calmly and steadily. When Italian leather shoes would step on the marble floor, a sharp sound would come. This sound was ringing like a hammer on the hearts of Zhao Gang and his son. I had worn a very perfect and expensive dark blue suit, and Su Qing, looking exactly like a beautiful fairy, was walking with her hand in mine. We came inside as if we were wandering comfortably, and right behind us was walking a large team of elite lawyers and takeover experts, all in suits and with briefcases in hand. "Good morning, Chairman Zhao." Entering that expensive office comfortably, I looked all around. Finally, my gaze stopped on Zhao Gang's deathly pale face. "So this is the office of the richest man in this city. The taste is a bit cheap." I picked up a golden frog statue kept on his table. "This looks like fake gold." Tossing that statue in the air, I threw it into the dustbin. "Lin Chen!" With his bloodshot eyes, Zhao Gang was staring at me. His anger was so much that it felt like he would take my life. "It's you. You are the one who put that bounty, right? You are a devil. What do you actually want? You have destroyed everything. This is against the law." "The law?" My gaze on Zhao Gang was as if I was looking at some insect. Taking a chair from one of my lawyers, I made Su Qing sit, and I myself sat comfortably leaning against that office desk. "Last night when you sent assassins to kill me, where was your law then? Why? Can only rich people like you play with the law, not the common public?" I gestured with my hand. Right behind me, my #1 lawyer came forward. He opened his briefcase, took out many thick papers, and slammed them on the table right in front of Zhao Gang's face. "Chairman Zhao, let me introduce myself. I am Mr. Lin's chief legal representative. This is the Zhao Group full asset takeover agreement." Adjusting his glasses, the lawyer spoke in a very cold voice. "According to our calculations, Zhao Group has a debt of 23 billion at this time, and because of the market crash, today your company's total valuation has gone to -5 billion. Seen this way, this company is completely bankrupt. But my boss, Mr. Lin's heart is very big. That is why he is ready to buy this." "Buy?" Zhao Gang suddenly found hope like a drowning man finding support. "How much money will you give?" "If you remove that bounty order from the dark web, I will give this whole company to you." "Take everything." I burst out laughing. I raised one finger of my hand. 10 billion. Suddenly, a spark of joy came into Zhao Gang's eye. I shook my head in a no. No, 1 billion. Zhao Gang gnashed his teeth in anger. I shook my head again. No, 1 billion. Zhao Gang's heart fell right into his feet. All his confidence broke. My smile suddenly disappeared. Putting my hand in my pocket, I took out an old rusted coin. This was a 1 coin that had been discontinued for the last 10 years. I spun that coin on the table. The coin kept spinning in circles, rubbing against his wooden table, and finally fell right in front of Zhao Gang. Lin Chen said in a very cold voice, "For this one, I am buying all the property earned by 3 generations of your Zhao family. In this whole building, all the properties in your name, shares, even the suit you are wearing, everything is included. You are forgetting your status." Zhao Gang screamed in anger and vomited blood from his mouth. He stood up by slamming his hand hard on the table. "Even if I set fire to all these things or donate them to beggars, I will never, never give them to you. You'll set fire to them?" Coldness entered Lin Chen's eyes. "Go ahead and try. But let me remind you, more than 3,000 bounty hunters are waiting for you very impatiently on the street below. If I withdraw the order to capture you alive, just imagine how those people will barge inside." Zhao Gang froze right there. This was a problem for which there was no solution. "Father, sign it! I want to stay alive. I don't want to die." Zhao Yutian was completely broken. He came crawling on the floor and started crying, clinging to his father's feet. Tears were on his face and his nose was running. Seeing his son crying like trash and a coward, the remaining light in Zhao Gang's eyes was completely extinguished. "Lin Chen, you are truly very heartless." Zhao Gang's hands were shaking badly when he picked up the pen. The moment he signed, he felt as if his soul had left his body. The empire he had built by working hard his entire life, he sold to that man for the price of just 1 coin. A man he once considered a delivery boy as worthless as trash. Now that's more like it. Lin Chen picked up the signed contract. Without looking at it even once, he handed it straight to Su Wanqing standing behind him. "Wanqing, did you like the gift I chose for you?" Su Wanqing held the heavy file in her hands. This was the same dangerous and high-status company that had almost brought the Su family to the brink of death yesterday, and now, just that easily, it was in her fist. "Lin Chen, this is too precious." "Oh, why are you talking so strangely, being from the same family?" "And anyway, I feel lazy running these useless companies. From today, you are the No. Now this has become Lin's god-level first branch company. You are its new chairman." Lin Chen rose from his spot and patted Zhao Gang's shoulder as if comforting a defeated, homeless dog. "Don't make a face like you're about to cry. To celebrate this takeover of ours, I will take you father and son out to give you a little experience of life." "What kind of experience?" Zhao Gang began to feel a fear deep inside that something very bad was going to happen. "Shopping?" Lin Chen snapped his fingers. "System. Activate God-level humiliating consumption mode." The system detected that the host was in a top-level story. A new task arrived. Take the former richest man shopping. The task requirement was to buy all those things right in front of the Zhao father and son that they dreamed of buying but saved money on, and use them like coolies. 1 hour later, Zhang City's largest luxury car showroom. The world's top luxury cars were kept here. Previously, this was the place where Zhao Yutian used to come most often to show off his status. But every time he came, he only looked at cheap entry-level cars worth a few million. As for the 120 million Bugatti La Voiture Noire standing right in the middle of the showroom, he hadn't even touched it. But today he had come here like a laborer. Zhao Yutian was wearing a torn shirt. He was completely drenched in sweat and was walking behind Lin Chen, exhausted. And Zhao Gang was walking behind with his head bowed like an old and timid servant. "This car looks familiar." Lin Chen pointed toward that Bugatti and looked at Zhao Yutian with a half smile. "To buy this car, you had pleaded with your father for 6 months last time. But he didn't buy it for you." Zhao Yutian swallowed his spit. There was intense greed and jealousy in his eyes. "Yes, it looks good." "It looks good? If it looks good, then look at it properly a couple more times." Lin Chen went near the car and patted its engine hood, "Because after today, you will only see this in your dreams." Saying this, Lin Chen turned and looked at the sales manager. "Swipe the card. Full cash payment. No test drive needed. Hand over the car keys to me directly." "Absolutely, Lin, sir." The manager was going so crazy with joy that his hands were shaking. Lin Chen took the car keys and, right in front of Zhao Yutian's intensely despondent eyes, he casually threw those keys toward Brother Hu standing behind him. "Huzi, I gift this car to you. From today onwards, use this to go buy vegetables. Don't take out that junk van of yours." "It's an insult to me." The entire showroom froze like stone. A 120 million Bugatti is a vegetable-buying car, and that too gifted to a bodyguard. Brother Hu caught the keys and tears came to his eyes. He fell on his knees before Lin Chen right there in the showroom. "You are my new god. From today, my life belongs to you." Zhao Yutian's heart was burning in hell at this moment. He was having a feeling that was impossible to describe. The car he dreamed of, Lin Chen gifted it to a goon like it was trash. Don't be scared yet. This is just the beginning. Lin Chen walked forward. I want that Rolls-Royce boat tail. Give it to Madame Sue for commuting to the office. That Ferrari LaFerrari, buy this too. Its color is a bit too loud. Send it back and have it painted black. And those 810 Aston Martins standing there, take them all. Give one car each to the aunties who clean my company. It will be easy for them to commute. Within just half an hour, Lin Chen emptied that entire luxury showroom. He spent a total of 800 million. Zhao Gang and Zhao Yutian were walking behind. In both their hands were all the car accessories, car covers, and expensive perfumes. They were panting like dogs dead from exhaustion. Every time Lin Chen swiped the card, it felt as if someone had cut their heart. Please don't buy anymore. We made a mistake. Finish us off in one go. Zhao Gang finally broke down completely, knelt on the floor, and began to cry loudly. Lin Chen stopped and turned back to look at the father and son. Finish you in one go? Lin Chen's eyes were as cold as ice. Last year, when you people kicked me out of the Lin family and I was making deliveries in the stormy rain, hungry and thirsty, did you let me die peacefully then? Lin Chen's eyes suddenly became so cold they could pierce through bone. I already said, I won't let you live in peace, and I won't let you die in peace either. Brother who? Yes, boss. Send both these pieces of trash straight to the police station. Tell the police chief there to keep a luxury cell ready for them. And yes, tell them that there should be some energetic prisoners inside the cell to take care of them. I've heard this son of Zhao Gang has somewhat soft skin. The people inside will like him very much. Understood, Lin boss. Don't you worry. I know all the rules of the inside. Brother Hu began to laugh like a devil and started dragging both of them out like dead dogs. Lin Chen, you can't do this. I am your younger brother. Brother, I made a mistake. Zhao Yutian's painful screams echoed throughout the showroom and gradually faded away in the distance. After completely finishing the chapter of the Zhao family, Lin Chen took a long breath. What happened? Are you not happy? Su Wangqing came near him and lightly took his hand in hers. No, it just feels like it was a bit boring. Lin Chen looked at the busy street running outside the showroom. The Zhao family finished too quickly. There was no challenge at all. Su Wangqing started laughing. If outsiders hear you say this, they will definitely beat you up. That was the Zhao family, the biggest power in Jiangsheng City. The sky has changed now. Lin Chen held her hand. Come, let me take you somewhere. To see your new office. The top floor of the Zhao Group building. The view from there is very good. It's a perfect place for romance. Just as they both were about to leave, Lin Chen's phone suddenly rang. It was an encrypted number whose location could not be traced. A slight frown appeared on Lin Chen's forehead. He picked up the phone. Who is speaking? From the other side of the phone came an old but powerful voice. There was a kingly arrogance in that voice. I have to admit, in the last few days, you have caused quite a big stir in this Jiangsheng city. Lin Chen's eyes narrowed. Who are you? Who I am is not important, the old man said in a very cold voice. What is important is that you touch the Zhao family. Even though Zhao Gang was trash who deserved to die, after all, he was my man. Before hitting a dog, one should look at its owner too, shouldn't they? So, since the small one was hit, the big one has come forward now. Why? Do you also want to put out some bounty order? Lin Chen wasn't feeling afraid at all. I don't play that kind of cheap game. There was a taunt in the old man's voice. Young boy, even if you have a little bit of money and know how to fight, in front of real power, money is just numbers, and only fools use strength. I am the manager of the Ye family of the capital. Our young master is very interested in that god-level system of yours, that power of yours to pull money out of thin air. Lin Chen's eyes suddenly narrowed. He had found out about the system. I am giving you a piece of free advice, the old man's voice continued. Tomorrow, the people of the Ye family will come to Jiangsheng to take all the trash of the Zhao family. At that time, I hope that you will quietly hand over whatever is in your hands to us. Otherwise, you will find out what real destruction is. The phone disconnected. Lin Chen stood there silently, holding the phone in his hand. For a long time, he didn't say anything. This Ye family of the capital was the most authentic and top-level family in this country. It was believed that the rope of the country's economy was in their hands. In front of the Ye family, the Zhao family was truly nothing less than trash. And the most dangerous thing was that they had become suspicious about the existence of the system. Lin Chen, what happened? Whose phone was it? Su Wangqing spoke fearfully when she saw the change on Lin Chen's face. Lin Chen came back to his senses. The tension on his face suddenly vanished, and in its place came the fire of an even more insane fighting spirit. Nothing. It was just an arrogant old man. Lin Chen put the phone in his pocket and looked toward the north where the capital was. Wangqing, it seems our fun time has ended. The game that starts now might be a bit dangerous. Lin Chen spoke in his mind. System. The system detected that world-class danger was about to befall the host. The system upgrade mission was triggered. The target of the mission was to take his power to the absolute top level before the arrival of the Ye family. In reward, he would receive the blueprint for a future technology military factory and 100 completely loyal, genetically modified soldiers. Along with this, an unlimited money mode would also be activated for 24 hours, in which he would receive double cash back on all expenses. Upon hearing the third reward, Lin Chen began to laugh. His laughter echoed loudly, in a completely mad and arrogant voice. Unlimited money and double cash back? Ye family, right? You talk about blocking power and the economy? Then I will use money to dig a huge hole in that capital of your Yi family. Lin Chen held Su Wangqing's hand and walked with long strides toward that new Bugatti. Come, let's blow some money. Tonight, I won't stop until I have doubled the GDP of the entire Zhang City. Zhang City, Caesar Palace Hotel. This was the venue for tonight's Century Charity Dinner. Although it had the name of charity, in reality, it was an event for the Western capital and the wealthy families of the country to show off their own strength. It was organized by the most dangerous Rothschild family, and along with them, the name of the Ye family of the capital was also written in large letters. There was a line of luxury cars at the hotel door. The level of this party was much bigger than any previous party. Those coming and going were no longer local businessmen, but the immensely wealthy people of Wall Street, the royal families of Europe, and the top clans of the country. When Lin Chen's black Honky L5, which was a national VVIP car, came to a stop on the red carpet, countless flashlights began to shine like crazy. Lin Chen got out of the car and took Su Wangqing's hand. Tonight, Su Wangqing wore the starry sky flowing light gown, personally designed by Lin Chen, which was a future material purchased from the system. When she walked, it looked as if a galaxy was flowing on her gown. That one dress made the shine of all the Hollywood actresses and wealthy women present there look dull. This is the same Lin Chen, right? I heard he has built a 6th-generation engine. Is it true? He has come here after making the Rothschild and Ye families angry. Just watch. Tonight will surely be his last night. The sounds of people whispering were coming from all around, but Lin Chen paid no attention to anyone's words and went straight inside that banquet hall with Su Wangqing. Inside the hall, there was decoration just like that for kings, but right in the middle of the hall, there was a very large display stage covered with a red cloth. Around it stood foreign bouncers holding real guns. That was the very last and main auction item of the night. A completely cold and dangerous voice came from the side. A middle-aged man was walking toward them, wearing a traditional Chinese suit and rotating 2 iron balls in his hand. Behind him was Ye Tianlin, filled with anger and hatred, and that same William whom Lin Chen had chased away a while ago. This middle-aged man was the number 2 boss of the Ye family. He was Ye Tianlin's uncle, whom everyone called the Smiling Wolf, Ye Jintian. Mr. Lin, I have heard your name a lot. Ye Jintian folded his hands with a fake smile. I am Ye Jintian. I heard you took great care of this worthless nephew of mine in Jingsheng. Not exactly care, Lin Chen said in a completely cold voice. I just had his car fixed and, while I was at it, taught him the manners to become a human being. Ye Tianlin was about to step forward in anger, but Ye Jintian stopped him. Young boy, it is easy to wag your tongue, but some things are not saved just by wagging your tongue. Ye Jintian pointed toward that display stage. Tonight's auction has been kept by Mr. William especially for you. I hope that your wallet will be as heavy as your arrogant voice. Saying this, the 3 of them let out a foul laugh and turned around to walk toward the VVIP seats. What do these people want to do? Su Wangqing felt the realization of something very bad happening deep inside. Whatever they do, Lin Chen's eyes turned cold. Tonight, those people won't be able to take even a single penny from here. Dinner began. After long and boring speeches, the time for the main auction finally arrived. The initial items were expensive jewelry and paintings. Although they were very costly, Lin Chen did not place a bid on any of them. He was waiting for that last and most important main item. Finally, William climbed onto the auction stage. Ladies and gentlemen, there was the joy of revenge on William's face, and his eyes were fixed straight on Lin Chen standing below. Tonight's very last item is a national treasure of the country that has been abroad for the last 100 years. He removed the red cloth with a jerk. Sounds of astonishment echoed throughout the hall. Inside the glass was a mud-stained but completely magnificent and royal-looking bronze dragon statue. This was the most secretive and, until now, missing dragon head from the 12 animal head statues of the Summer Palace. This bronze head was received by our family 100 years ago as a reward for victory in that great war. William intentionally emphasized the words, reward for victory. To every citizen of the country present here, this was an open insult. Starting price, $1 billion, every new bid will increase by at least 100 million. William looked at Lin Chen with a look of swagger and challenge. Mr. Lin, I have heard you are a businessman who loves his country very much. Now the time has come to prove your love. If you do not buy this, tomorrow this statue will be sent straight to the British Museum and will be on display there forever, and underneath it will be written, Proof of Defeating the East. All the businessmen sitting below boiled with anger. Vile people! This is a slap to our faces, but $1 billion, this is way too expensive. Everyone's eyes turned and fixed on Lin Chen. This was a death trap. If he bought it, it meant being looted and giving money to the Western powers. If he didn't buy it, he would have to watch his national treasure being insulted, and all honor would turn to dust. Ye Jintian started laughing from the side. Lin, why aren't you bidding? Where did that unlimited money of yours go? Where did that love for the country go? Have you turned out to be a coward? Lin stood up calmly. He adjusted the buttons of his suit and looked at William standing on the stage with a very calm gaze. $10 billion. Lin raised his hand's number plate. I give $10 billion. A death-like silence fell over the entire hall. 10 billion! Even William was stunned. He only wanted to loot a few billion from Lin Chen. He hadn't expected this guy would increase the price 10 times over. Lin, have you gone mad? Su Wangking grabbed his sleeve tightly. This is a trap laid by these bandits. If they get this money, these people will become powerful again. But don't worry, Lin Chen patted her hand. Whether to give money or not, they won't be the ones to decide. William, standing on the stage, came to his senses and went crazy with joy. With these 10 billion, not only would all his family's problems end, but they would also earn an enormous profit. 10 billion twice and sold. William quickly slammed his hammer down. Mr. Lin, please transfer the money right now. We will only accept an instant transfer coming through the SWIFT system. He had already made all the plans. As soon as Lin Chen's money entered the SWIFT system, he would use his power to seize that money. Then, using anti-money laundering as an excuse, he would freeze the transaction. In the end, he would neither give the national treasure nor return the money. This was the ultimate limit of his vile actions. Lin Chen took out his black card and gave it to the staff member who approached. The transfer page opened on the big screen. While everyone was holding their breath, waiting for that massive amount to be transferred, suddenly, the big screen flickered and turned blood red. Warning, transaction failed. Error code 404. Your bank has been purchased. What? William's eyes remained wide open. What do you mean bank has been purchased? This is the Atlantic Union Bank. This is our family's own personal bank. Lin Chen was standing below. Both his hands were in his pockets and there was a very cool smile on his face. Sorry, Mr. William. Just now, exactly 1 minute before the auction started, I used these $10 billion to go into the U.S. share market and forcefully took over Atlantic Union Bank completely. Which means that right now I am making a transaction with my own money into my own bank. I am giving from one hand and taking with the other. And you, as a former shareholder, are trapped in the crime of account discrepancies and stealing people's money. Lin Chen snapped his fingers. The door of the banquet hall burst open. Police officers wearing Interpol uniforms came running inside. The lead police officer raised a red warrant. William Rothschild, you are charged with share market manipulation, money laundering, and commercial fraud. You are under arrest. What? This is impossible. I am a Rothschild. I have special power. Mr. Ye, save me! He looked toward Ye Jintian. But by this time, Ye Jintian's face had turned pale with anger and fear. He was sitting in his chair in such a way that he didn't even dare to move. This was because he could feel that red laser lights had locked straight onto his forehead. They were the snipers of the Shadow Legion hiding in the darkness. Take him away! Lin Chen gestured with his hand. William was dragged out of there like a dead dog, and that bronze head remained there on the stage. Lin Chen climbed onto the stage. He lifted that heavy bronze statue with one hand. Reward for victory. Lin Chen looked at those stunned foreign wealthy people sitting below, and his voice echoed like lightning. Remember, from today onwards, the places of the hunter and the hunted have switched. The things that belong to us, I will bring them back one by one, whether I have to buy them or snatch them. Excellent! Such applause and screams erupted from the public below that it felt as if a storm had arrived. Tears came to the eyes of countless businessmen of the country. In this one moment, the suppressed anger and insult of the last 100 years completely burst out. Su Wangking was looking at that shining man standing on the stage. There was a madness of love in her eyes. This was her man, who was fighting the entire world alone and winning. But while the entire hall was swaying with joy, a voice from the system came into Lin Chen's mind, one that had never appeared before. It has been detected that the host has completed the achievement of breaking the old capital. The system is performing its very last and final upgrade. Upgrade complete. God Level System 3.0 version. Dimension Ruler has been activated. New features unlocked. Dimension Store. Now it is no longer limited to Earth's technology. Universe Level 1 technology has been opened, which includes antimatter energy, gene lock opening liquid, and space folding technology. Ruler domain. The full power to change the rules of physics within a 100-meter radius of the host has been granted, such as doubling gravity or stopping time for 1 second. The final mission begins. Wipe out the biggest wealthy clans in the entire world. Lin Chen was looking at these new features. A fierce golden light erupted in his eyes. Even the ripples in the surrounding air were clearly visible due to such powerful energy emanating from his body. Dimension Ruler! Right at that moment, Ye Jintian suddenly stood up from his chair. He was looking at Lin Chen. There was no fear on his face now. Instead, a very devilish and strange smile had appeared. Lin, what an amazing show. Seriously, it was fun. So, it seems the rumors are true. You really possess that thing. Initially, our Ye family thought we would leave you alive so that you could become a money-making machine for us. But now it seems you have become so powerful that it is impossible to control you. Ye Jintian took out a black remote from his coat pocket. Do you know what this is? Inside this Caesar Palace cruise ship, we have placed 3 tons of liquid bombs. As soon as I press this button, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much technology you have, you will turn into ashes in an instant. Lin, give me your system. Otherwise, all these high-profile people sitting on this ship and your beloved woman will all burn with you in this fire of death. The screams and applause of the entire hall suddenly stopped. Su Wangqing's face turned deathly white. You are mad. Ye Jintian, you have gone mad. There are hundreds of innocent people on this ship. Innocent? Ye Jintian began to laugh like a maniac. Those who do great things do not offer small sacrifices. Once the god-level system falls into my hands, let alone a few hundred people, even if half of Jiangsheng City dies, this deal is still cheap. Lin Chen, get on your knees and take that system out from inside you and give it to me, or else I will press it. Ye Jintian's finger was placed on that red button. Lin Chen looked at him as if looking at a clown. Time freeze. Lin Chen let these words out of his lips calmly. Ruler domain activate. Time freeze. 1 second. Suddenly, the whole world turned gray and white. Flying spit, faces of people filled with fear, the waves of the sea, and even Ye Jintian's hand about to press that button. Everything in this 1 second froze like stone. Lin Chen stepped forward. He was walking exactly as if he were taking a casual stroll. He walked up to Ye Jintian. He reached out and took that remote from his hand, and then turned around and planted a forceful slap on Ye Jintian's face. Time began to move again. Darkness clouded Ye Jintian's eyes. The remote had vanished from his hand, and in the next moment, a terrible pain rose on half of his face. That man spun 3 times in his spot like a top, and a few of his teeth flew out with blood. Ye Jintian shrieked, clutching his mouth. He was looking at Lin Chen, who stood a little distance away, with eyes wide with fear, casually tossing and playing with that remote in his hand. Are you a human or a ghost? How did you do this? What just happened? Teleportation. Lin Chen crushed that remote with his hand. Its pieces fell to the ground. I told you, didn't I? In this territory of mine, I am God. Lin Chen walked right up to Ye Jintian. He was looking down at the arrogant and powerful number 2 boss of the Ye family, showing him his place. The time of the Ye family is over now. Tonight this ship will not sink, but that old broken boat of the Ye family will surely sink. Lin Chen turned and, looking at the stunned guests sitting in the hall, said, tonight's party will continue, but now the show forward will be a court. Ye Jintian, planning to kill the country's hero by colluding with foreign powers and planting bombs in public places, all evidence has been found. Long Yi is present. No one knew when Long Yi, along with his team that did not fear death, had come and stood right behind Ye Jintian like a ghost. Pick him up and throw him down. Feed him to the fishes. Yes, boss. Lin, how dare you? I am a man of the Yi family. My elder brother is a loud sound of splashing into the water came, and all of Ye Jintian's threats were silenced forever. The river water was ice cold and very deep, exactly like Lin Chen's eyes. He looked toward the north. The last card of the Ye family had also been cut. Now it was time to go to the capital and settle the biggest account. Su Wangqing walked up to him and grabbed Lin Chen's hand tightly. Although her hand was trembling a little with fear, there was a firm courage in her eyes. This time I am with you too. Lin Chen held her hand back and looked at that national treasure bronze statue in his hand. Yes, Lin Chen said. We are not going there just to ask for justice. We are going to take back our new era. The autumn wind of the capital was very cold and sharp. The old and large palace of the Ye family was right below West Mountain. This was a place that had seen the battles of the last 3 generations, yet had always remained the most powerful. But today, a fear hung over this massive palace that no one had ever seen before. Black clouds covered the sky as if they would fall to the ground right now. The atmosphere in the main hall of the Ye family was completely suffocating. The present head of the Ye family, and the person at whose single gesture the entire capital would tremble with fear, Ye Zhen, was sitting in his large chair at this time, but the two walnuts in his hands, which he had been rotating for the last half of his life, had been crushed to bits. Right below him, Ye Tianlin, who had just run for his life, sat on his knees, and on both sides of the hall sat 8 old men. Their breathing was perfectly calm, and their foreheads bulged outward. These were the biggest weapons of the Ye family, whom everyone called the 8 gods. These 8 old men were the most dangerous masters of martial arts. Uncle, he was thrown into the river to be fed to the fishes. Ye Tianlin's whole body was still trembling. Ye Zhen slammed his cane hard on the ground. Coward! You got so scared that you brought shame to your family's name. Ye Zhen stood up from his spot. Even though he was 80 years old, such a powerful aura was emanating from him that it could make anyone's soul shiver. Magic? Where does magic happen in this world? This must surely be some unknown advanced technology. He looked all around. His eyes were as sharp as a hawk's. Our Ye family has stood here for the last 100 years. We have seen the most dangerous battles. Even the armies of 8 countries could not harm us in the capital. What will a boy of yesterday do to us? Hear my order. Ye Zhen again slammed his cane on the ground, breaking the tiles. Turn on the Skynet defense system. That system which we bought from the Western Blackwater Company for 20 billion. It has so much power that it can even knock a missile out of the sky. 8 gods, all of you take charge of the inner courtyard's security. If that man named Lin takes even a single step inside, kill him right there. And secondly, there was a madness in Ye Zhen's eyes. Open that thing which is locked in the restricted area of the mountain behind. If he wants to play with technology beyond humans, then today I will show him what a real monster is. Upon hearing of that thing, the faces of those 8 dangerous masters standing there also changed, and a terrible fear began to show in their eyes. Right at that moment, a terrifying sound like a thunderclap suddenly came from the sky, but this wasn't the sound of clouds colliding. This sound was as if a massive engine was tearing through the air. Everyone present in the Ye family palace immediately came out of the hall and began looking toward the sky. In the next moment, everyone's eyes were wide with shock. The thick black clouds right above their heads had been torn apart as if by a giant hand, and there, a massive, pitch-black and sharp-looking spaceship like a sword stood still in the air without a sound. It had covered the sun, and darkness fell over the entire Ye family palace. It had no fans or rotors. It just hung peacefully in the air, which was against all the rules of physics. This was the Star Shuttle purchased from the system store, named God's Punishment. Although it was a civilian-grade version, it was enough to terrify the people of this world. What is this? Ye Tianlin fell to the ground out of fear and wet his pants. This is Lin Chen's vehicle. He is not a human. He is truly an alien! Ye Zhen's hands were also trembling. But somehow, gathering courage, he screamed into his walkie-talkie, "Anti-aircraft team, fire! Bring it down!" The artificial hills built in the Ye family's courtyard suddenly opened, and from there, 4 clean-looking laser cannons and 6 anti-air missile launch pads emerged. Spitting fire, all 6 tracking missiles raced toward that black ship hanging in the air, tearing through the wind. Immediately after that, 4 high-energy laser beams shot straight toward the belly of the ship like swords of death. This was the ultimate weapon of the Ye family. It was enough to finish off a modern army single-handedly. Faced with such a dangerous attack, the black ship didn't even turn on its energy shield. It simply activated a light blue light in its front section. System command: physics rule modification on. Kinetic energy erase.